Hello. Once you've taken the PI behavioral assessment, we take that information and turn it into a PI behavioral pattern. In that pattern, we measure 4 different drives, or the 4 factors. They are A, dominance, the drive for influence on people and events; B, extroversion, the drive for social interaction; C, patience, the drive for consistency and stability; and D, formality, the drive for rules and structure. Understanding each one of these 4 drives will help us better understand a person and how they operate in the workplace. PI has administered over 20 million assessments, and to make it easy for you, we've created 17 reference profiles. Think of it as shorthand or an easy, digestible way for you to understand a wide variety of behaviors and needs. Your behavioral pattern might not fit exactly into one of these reference profiles, but most likely they'll come close. Your reference profile most closely matches a Capitan profile. Let's talk about some basic needs and behaviors that come along with a Capitan profile. So first and foremost is your need to take ownership. You are authoritative, take charge, and self-confident. You also have a strong sense of urgency, so you need variety, you need a fast pace, you need access to lots of different things going on in your environment. You also have some extroversion in your pattern, so you need access to relationships and you do need social interaction throughout the day. You also need freedom from a lot of structure and rules. You have a flexible style to you and you do not need a ton of information when making a decision. Let's talk about some areas of both strengths and challenges when it comes to the Capitan profile. So some strengths are that ability to take charge and lead, right? To captain something. It's something that you do naturally. You walk into a situation and you're willing to take charge and you're willing to drive things forward. Because you have that proactive drive, you can be that person that keeps steering things along throughout the decision-making process and really take ownership of that. Some challenges that come along with that, though, is that you may not allow others to participate in that leadership. So there might be other people in the room that want to have a say or that want to have a seat at the table. And because that's such a driver for you, it can present a challenge to others and for yourself in the long run if you're not willing to give others a seat at the table. It also can present a challenge if you're moving things too quickly and others don't have the chance to catch up, or you haven't maybe explained the whys to them. They may not be important to you, but they're definitely important to some other folks in the room. Decision-making style is definitely one where risk is opportunity. The big picture is always present for you. That end result is something that is very important. And so decisions are relatively easy. They're not that complex. You'll get some information as you need it as you go along. You'll pick up what you can find. And you'll definitely include others, again, as you need to. It's not something that you'll do all the time. But if it's a particularly big decision, you might go and ask a few people to kind of get their input and weigh in. Communication style. For you, it's going to be a little bit more telling because you have some dominance in your pattern. You have a strong opinion, and because you like to have a seat at the table, you don't have a problem with telling people how you feel. So it might be a little bit more factual. I wouldn't say it was blunt because you have a little bit of extroversion in there. You can soften it when you need to. I would also say it's a fast-paced communication style. That sense of urgency is going to move things along pretty quickly. In summary, some words that I would use to describe your profile are ownership, fast pace, risk-taking, self-confident, and big-picture thinker. So those are some of the words that we would use to describe a Capitan profile.